Hello, Year 3. I'm Miss Flavin's nanny. My name is Linda. I was born in 1954. Can any of you children tell me how old I am now?
Hi, Year 3. I'm Mrs. Flavin's grandfather, and I was born in 1951, and so I can tell you a few things about the 60s.
I went to school in a very old school. We didn't have a lot of heating. We didn't have a lot of supplies. We had a pencil. We had a ruler between the table of 4 people. We did painting on a Friday with an easel and had a lovely time. In the winter, it used to snow. It was freezing cold, no heating, so we would sit in our coats.
I went to school in a place called Acox Green, Birmingham. So I used to cycle to school when I had a bike. And when I didn't have a bike, I used to get the bus. They were the old buses in the days, they didn't have doors. We used to jump on and off them because we was naughty. We used to spend our money when we left school of a night, spend our penny bus fare and buy bread pudding. And we used to walk home and tell tales about what we'd seen on the television the night before. Or we'd talk about Saturday mornings when I'd go to the matinee, which was a picture house not far from where I lived. And every Saturday, Batman and Robin would be on. And it would cost us 6p to get in.
I used to walk to school and it took 20 minutes. There wasn't a lot of traffic about, not many buses. So we would walk there and we would walk back at lunchtime and then back to school and then at 3:30 back home. At home, we had 2 bedrooms and 2 rooms downstairs. We had 1 fire, which my dad would light in the morning. We had a toilet. You may laugh, but it was outside. So it was freezing. We had a bath that all week lived on a hook on the wall in the backyard. It was tin. And on a Saturday that came inside and we had a bath. The smallest one went in first and so on until it got to Mum and Dad and they went in last.
A lot of you children will find this funny. I was probably 12 to 13 years of age before I wore my pair of first long trousers. I was still in shorts, wearing shorts, but I can remember they were second hand. There was a big hole in the backside, but I was still so happy to be wearing long trousers.
We always played outside. Television came on at night. There was no television in the day. It was black and white and it came on at 5 o'clock at night. So all day long we were outside. As
I was growing up, when I reached the age of 15, I started to grow my hair long because I used to look at the Beatles, a pop group that I used to be very much admire, and the Rolling Stones was another pop group of mine, the Kinks, the Trogs. But and I used to grow my hair. I used to have my hair down here to my shoulders as I was getting older, and I used to have a moustache. I had a motor scooter. I used to love my motor scooter. There was 2 groups when I was growing up in the 60s, and they were called the Mods and Rockers. And the Mods used to ride scooters with their parkers, with the furry caps on, and I had a scooter. But I used to think of myself as a Mod, but I wasn't really, because it was slightly before my time. The Mods and Rockers were still there, but I was a bit young to be in a gang of Mods because they were probably a couple of years older than me. But they used to fight a lot. The Rockers used to ride motorbikes with studded belts and studded jackets, and there'd be fights all the time in parks. There'd be gangs of Mods and Rockers fighting each other. There was hardly any phones at all. Nobody had a phone in the house. Most houses used to rely on the phone box, which was outside. And if you wasn't near them, sometimes a shop, somebody who worked in the shop would knock somebody's door and say, "Your dad's just phoned from work," because there was no phones in the house.
When I was a teenager, the makeup on your face was black, usually on your eyes, thick eye makeup, and the lipstick was a very pale cream colour. They wore tights that were white, very hard to keep white, and mini skirts. Skirts were very short and long boots up to the knee. If it was summer, you still wore the boots if you were trendy. You didn't wear shoes or sandals. You wore your boots. The clothes that we wore were not fit. Shouldn't be wearing them, they're not nice. Don't like them, you look a mess. Pull your skirt down, Bab. Pull your skirt down, Arlinda. Pull it down. I really loved music, and from the age of 12, I adored the Beatles. I'm sure some of you children will have heard of the Beatles even now. The Beatles, the Rolling Stones, they were the most popular bands. Oh, and of course Elvis Presley, he was always up there, top of the charts too. In the 60s, that's when the takeaways started to become popular. We just normally had a fish and chip shop on a Friday. Otherwise, no, there was cafes around, but no Chinese or Indian takeaways or anything like that. Pizza was unheard of. No, nothing like that. Pubs were just pubs where children didn't go. You didn't eat out.
If any of you have got grandparents or older relatives, ask them about the 60s. And if you've got any more questions for me that I haven't mentioned, ask Miss Flavin, and she'll pass them on to me and I'll get back to you. But yeah, the 60s were good swinging. They called them the swinging 60s. Because they were swinging in many ways, you know, we really did have a lot of fun. Don't forget, if there's any more questions, you've just got to ask Miss Flavin and I'll get back to you. Bye.
Well, children, I hope you've listened and enjoyed what I've said. And if there's anything else that you would like to know or you're interested in, speak to Miss Flavin and she will ask me and I'll let you know. Whatever it is you're interested in. So, enjoy school. Take care. Bye-bye.